Hey guys, welcome back to Ace Recaps. Today, I'm going to explain a 2019 horror film titled The Room. Heads up, spoilers ahead, you've been warned. The movie begins with Matt and Kate, a couple who recently bought a house in an isolated location. The house is old and needs a lot of work. Matt is a struggling artist, and Kate works as an underpaid translator, so this is all they can afford right now. They arrive at their new place and immediately start tidying up the property. They laugh and tease each other, enjoying their new start. Some time passes, and Kate is working in the kitchen when she spots something disturbing. There's a dead bird on the floor. Well, that's one way to say welcome home. Around the same time, Matt is sorting through old furniture that the previous owners abandoned. While going through the junk, he notices an unusual cross-shaped key. Kate decides to bury the bird, but she's startled when Matt throws furniture out the window without warning. She glances down, but the bird has vanished. Nothing left, not even a feather. Maybe the bird went off to find a house with central heating. Later, as Matt tears away old wallpaper from one of the walls, he uncovers something hidden beneath. There's an antique door built into the wall with a keyhole right in its center. Matt quickly grabs the cross-shaped key from the trash. He unlocks the mysterious door and calls Kate over to check it out. They try to enter the dark room, but suddenly all the lights in the house start flickering. The couple quickly leaves the room and decides to call the power company for help. The next day, an electrician arrives to check the system. In the basement, both men are shocked to see the wires are incredibly old and tangled in the strangest way possible. The electrician says he's never seen anything like it. There's no easy fix. Before leaving, he tells them he's surprised anyone would buy the house after everything that happened. Matt is confused and asks what he means. The electrician reveals that the previous owners of the house were brutally murdered years ago. This revelation troubles Matt. After the electrician leaves, Matt searches the internet for more information about the house. He discovers that a married couple who lived there in the 1970s were murdered by an unknown man. It looks like the property comes with complimentary horror. The killer was eventually caught and arrested, but his identity was never revealed, so he's simply referred to as John Doe. This disturbing information worries Matt deeply. He starts drinking and drunkenly begins sketching a portrait of John Doe based on an old photograph from the news articles. After finishing the bottle, he walks into the secret room and wishes for another drink. The second he says this, something impossible happens. A full bottle of liquor appears right there in the room. When morning comes, Kate wakes up to a familiar sound. The lights throughout the house are flickering once more. Curious about what's happening, she looks for Matt and finds him in the hidden room. When she steps in, she's stunned to see the entire space is now packed with paintings. Matt looks incredibly excited and starts showing Kate what he found. These aren't just any paintings. They're original works by world-famous artists worth millions of dollars. Kate is completely confused about where all of this came from. Matt then tells Kate to try making a wish, any wish she wants. Kate doesn't really believe anything will happen, so she casually wishes for $1,000. Within moments, thick bundles of cash appear right in front of them. Kate is completely shocked and thinks Matt must be playing some kind of trick on her. To prove it's real, Kate tests it with something much bigger. She wishes for $1 million this time. The money appears in a flash. Just like before. Kate freaks out and tries to leave, but Matt blocks her way. He explains to her that this room somehow has supernatural powers that can grant them anything. Matt suggests they should take advantage of this incredible gift. Finally, a get-rich-quick scheme that actually works. Pyramid schemes are shaking. Once they realize what the room can do, Matt and Kate go wild, wishing for every fancy thing they ever wanted. The house turns into a palace overnight. Pretty soon, they're eating expensive meals every day, trying on designer clothes, and racking up piles of jewelry. It gets so out of hand, there's more cash than anyone could ever spend. Matt goes all out, even tossing diamonds to Kate just for fun. Their accountant quit before he even started. However, after enjoying this luxury for several weeks, something changes in Kate. The excitement fades, and she starts feeling a strange emptiness. She begins to understand that none of what they have is actually real. Shopping spree hangover activated. Matt notices Kate's sadness and tries to cheer her up. He uses the room to create a crib and suggests maybe it's time to think about family. But this idea immediately upsets Kate. Years ago, she lost 2 pregnancies, and the pain from those experiences still haunts her. Even though their doctors couldn't find any medical problems, Kate is too afraid to try again. She's overwhelmed and walks out. Matt instantly regrets mentioning it and decides to take a walk outside. When he comes back, he can't believe his eyes. Kate is sitting there with a newborn baby. Matt's shock turns to anger. He knows exactly what happened. Kate wished for this baby. He says they need to fix it. Kate reluctantly agrees and follows him to the secret room. Matt tells her to wish the baby away, but Kate breaks down in tears. She can't do it. The silence in the room feels heavy. Seeing this, Matt decides he'll have to do it himself. He takes the infant from Kate's arms. The moment Matt holds the baby, the room's lights begin flickering wildly, and the baby lets out loud cries. Matt looks down at the baby in his hands. He just can't do it. They're keeping the baby. Worst impulse buy ever. The next day, Matt goes through old newspaper articles and learns that John Doe ended up in a psychiatric hospital. According to reports, John kept saying the room made him commit the murders. Needing answers, Matt decides to visit John Doe at the hospital. The receptionist mentions no one except journalists has visited John in 45 years, so Matt pretends to be a reporter. When they meet, John sees right through him. Matt gives up the lie and admits he lives in the same house. John isn't surprised. He says he knew someone would show up, and talks about how easy it is to get trapped by all the luxuries the room can give. Matt asks the real question, why he did it. John simply says it was the only way out, and warns Matt to leave before it's too late. John tells him the real danger isn't not getting what you want, it's getting everything you want. This conversation leaves Matt deeply disturbed. On his way home, he stops for gas. When he reaches into his pocket to pay, the cash turns to dust right in his hands. Matt rushes home to test it. He throws cash outside and watches it crumble to dust. A painting fades away when half is outside the door. Now it's clear, anything the room creates can't survive in the real world. Kate tries to take the baby outside for some air. Matt tries to stop her, but she doesn't listen. As soon as they pass through the door, the baby's skin burns, and he cries in pain. Matt grabs him and gets him back inside, but by then the baby has already grown into a young boy. Some parents would call this a win. Matt sits down with Kate and explains everything about John Doe, how the room works, and how anything it makes won't last outside. He can tell she's not ready to hear it. Kate tries to believe her son is real, but Matt insists he's just a creation. Even so, Kate decides to raise him as her own, naming him Shane and keeping him inside. One day, during a lesson, she talks about camping. Shane wants to try it, but Kate says he can't because it would be too dangerous. Shane gets upset. A few days later, a package arrives for Matt. It's a gun he ordered. While Kate is busy, Shane sneaks to the front door and sticks his hand outside. Kate quickly drags him back in. After this, she becomes paranoid and starts nailing wooden boards over every window. Just casual home renovation. Nothing to see here. Matt is outside doing shooting practice. Shane sneaks into Matt's studio, finds a snow globe, and drops it by accident. Matt walks in and gets angry. Kate checks in after hearing the noise, and a fight breaks out while Shane listens quietly from the hall. Matt tells her Shane is a figment, not a real person. That night, Shane wanders through the house and finds his way into the secret room. The next morning, Matt wakes up and sees the snow globe fixed. Confused, he asks Kate if she wished for a new one. She says no. They both head to the secret room and find something amazing. Shane has built an entire winter forest inside, and he is happily playing with a snowman. He's learned how to use the room's magic. But Matt is furious. He drags Shane out and locks the door. Matt and Kate argue in their bedroom again. Shane presses his ear against the door, listening to every word. Kate is frustrated with how Matt treats Shane, but Matt defends himself. He says a child shouldn't control that kind of power. Suddenly, the phone rings. Shane picks it up before anyone can stop him. It's John Doe on the line. He's shocked to hear a child's voice. Matt grabs the phone and yells at Shane for answering. He asks John if there's any way to stop Shane from aging or get him safely outside. Kate secretly listens on another phone. John reveals the truth. Shane can never become fully human unless his creator dies first. He shares his own story. The couple who owned the house before also wished for a son, and that son was John himself. His parents wanted him to live normally. The wife killed her husband, then made John kill her so he could be free. Kate hears everything and drives away from the house. Evening comes, and she still hasn't returned. Kate drives recklessly, ready to crash on purpose, thinking it might free Shane. At the last second, fear stops her. Back home, Shane asks Matt where his mom went. Matt says he doesn't know. Shane asks what figment means. Matt tries ignoring him, but Shane keeps pushing. Finally, Matt snaps. He angrily tells Shane the harsh truth. They aren't his real parents, and he isn't a real person. If Shane goes outside, he'll age until he becomes dust and dies. Shane calls him a liar. Matt grabs Shane and challenges him to step outside if he doesn't believe it. He asks if Shane remembers anything before 3 months ago. Shane realizes he can't. The frightened boy runs to his room. Matt immediately feels guilty and goes to apologize. He tells Shane he didn't mean those things. Shane forgives him, and for the first time, they actually bond. Later, when Kate returns home, she's relieved to find them sleeping peacefully together. Matt wakes up when he hears her. They kiss and end up being intimate. What they don't realize is that Shane is secretly watching them through the door. Later that night, while they sleep, Shane quietly takes the house key from Matt's pocket. When morning comes, Shane's room is empty. The front door is wide open. His clothes lie scattered on the ground. He's only been outside for a moment, but he's already aged into a teenager. Shane aims the gun at Matt, fires, and yells that he hates him. Kate tries to calm him down. Matt uses the distraction to tackle him. During the fight, Kate's head hits the floor and she blacks out. Family therapy is definitely off the table now. When Kate wakes up, she asks about Shane. Matt tells her the gun went off during their struggle, and Shane was killed. He says he buried the body outside. Devastated, Kate runs outside sobbing. Matt comforts her and carries her back in. But things aren't what they seem. The real Matt wakes up trapped in the house. The person with Kate isn't Matt at all. It's Shane disguised as his father, using the secret room. The real Matt searches desperately but finds no one. He starts smashing through the wall to reach the secret room. On the other side, Kate and Shane are eating lunch. She tells him they should leave. He refuses, saying they can't survive without money. Kate notices he's eating messily like a child and crunching ice the way Shane used to. Meanwhile, Matt breaks through the wall and crawls through the wires. He reaches the fake forest Shane created and starts running to find his wife. Elsewhere, Shane and Kate are playing a game when he touches her inappropriately. Shane says he saw them together and wants to try. That's when Kate understands. This isn't her husband. Matt keeps running until he sees their house. Shane has recreated their entire home inside the room. Kate tries hiding, but Shane finds her and knocks her out. Shane tries to hurt her. Matt crashes through a window. Shane goes to deal with him, and Kate scrambles to escape. She runs into Matt, who urges her to leave. But then another Matt appears, also claiming to be her husband. Kate shouts Shane's name. The man holding her turns at the sound. She shoves him down the stairs. His body changes back into Shane's teenage form. Matt and Kate sprint through the maze as Shane closes in. He stabs Matt, but when he reaches Kate, he realizes these aren't his parents. The real Matt and Kate have already escaped. They reach the real house. Shane is right behind them. Shane charges at Matt with a knife, but Matt grabs him and drags him outside. Shane tries getting back in, but Kate slams the door shut. Shane's body starts aging rapidly. Within seconds, he's an old man. Kate steps outside and watches as Shane collapses. He continues aging until he dies, crumbling into dust. Kate kneels and quietly grieves for her son. A month later, they've left the cursed house. But Kate stares at a positive pregnancy test and realizes she might be carrying Shane's child. The nightmare might not truly be over. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications so you can watch more videos like this. Thanks for watching.